Have you ever wondered what happens before and when you fall asleep? That moment when you're in your subconscious. I've always wondered what happens before I actually fall asleep? What happens when I'm sleeping? So, my sleeping routine, like every single time, be it a power nap or when I'm sleeping at night, is that first of all, I have to make sure I'm full, like my stomach is full. If I'm not full, I most definitely can't sleep. That's number one. Number two, I also have to make sure I've taken a shower, mainly a hot shower, and my teeth are clean, and I don't feel uncomfortable in any way. If I have a muscle pull, I can't sleep. But of course, it's obvious. If you have a muscle pull, you can't rest. So I have to get rid of all disturbances before I fall asleep. Another thing I also do before I fall asleep is that enhances or maybe makes me fall asleep fast is watch a movie, be it a series. It could be a series, it could be a movie, it could be a documentary, whatever I watch, whichever genre helps me fall asleep. When I start reading a book before I fall asleep, unfortunately, I won't end up sleeping. Instead, I will end up finishing that book. Yeah. So today, I made sure I was full. I had eaten matoke. I also took some tea on this very special day. And I was off to bed. I had showered. Everything was clean. My entire body was clean. My house was ready for the next day. And I didn't have dirty dishes. Anything that could make a disturbance, anything that could disturb me from sleeping, I had gotten rid of it. And so what I did was to start watching a series. I've always watched A Discovery of Witches. I've watched it from season 1. And so on this very day, I was watching season 2. You can see from right now, I'm starting to fall asleep. And I want you to keep in mind at this point, I can still hear the series, that specific episode going on. This is the episode where Jack is being filmed by a friend of his as he commits murder, as he murders people inside a car. And this video has been sent to Diana's husband. And so I like watching A Discovery of Witches. It's quite interesting. Try it today. And so there I am sleeping. Well, I'll have to tell you that today I was so exhausted. Like my feet hurt. Every part of me hurt and was hurting, and the best I could do was just to lay on my bed and just fall asleep. If I have any dream, I will let you guys know. So I decided to make a movie. It's a sleeping movie. It has no background disturbances, only my voiceover. Can you hear? And also, it's not all that good to film a movie, as in it's a one person and in a bed movie. And this has been my idea for the longest time. Like this is something I've always wanted to do. So there Nyambura is asleep, and guys, at this point I haven't started dreaming, obviously. Yeah, but you can bet I'm sound asleep by now. So Someone told me something about dreams, like what happens when you're asleep. Someone told me, oh, and I also read online that the dreams we have are like a 1 second or 10 second session, or like just an episode of like 10 seconds is what we call a dream. And at this particular time, what am I dreaming about? Funny enough, I didn't dream of anything, you know, or maybe I dreamt, but I forgot about it. Now, you see, in my sleep, this is exactly what I wanted to say. I just stand there and my face is still facing, like, okay, the arm that you can see is my right hand arm, and therefore I just moved a little, and obviously that means I'm making myself more comfortable as I sleep. So, what else can we say about me sleeping? Well, unless it's on a very, very cold day, I like to sleep in a t-shirt, or maybe I could just sleep naked. You know why? Because I don't like it when I sweat in my sleep. It's the worst feeling ever. And now you just have to like wake up and wash your beddings like all over again in the morning. Like I can't afford to like change my duvet daily, that's something else. So to avoid such, I have to make sure that I sleep comfortably. If I don't feel like having my clothes on, I can sleep the way I want. So like in this instance, I didn't have my clothes on. And another thing you need to know is that when I fall asleep, like right now, I'm facing one side, right? I could still wake up in the morning facing that same side. Like I don't turn, I don't move. All I wanted when I was falling asleep was to just get some me time. So many times when I decide to like sleep early, is because, let's say, if I have a migraine, I'll obviously sleep early. And if you have migraines, you're supposed, like, my migraines just force me to like stay in a very, very dark room. And I hate noise when I have migraines. And the thing is, at this point, I can't afford to listen to music. So what do? I cover my ears with a pillow, but it still doesn't go away. Pillows don't quite help with migraines. And the idea of taking medicine every time I have like a migraine, that's, I really don't like it. And so I have to make sure I stay in a very dark room, and it definitely goes away after some time. If I'm stressed and I have this bad headache, especially like the entire head or mainly at the back of my head, what I normally do is that I just retire to bed and just stay quiet. I also make sure I drink a lot of water. Yeah. So tell me, guys, why exactly do you sleep? That is my number one reason. And again, I like it when I have been working like all day. I'm exhausted. I'm beat. I like it. I like it when I'm that tired and I just come home. I take a very, very hot shower. And of course at this time I'm likely not to cook, because I might tell myself, you know what, let's cook. And I end up taking a nap, which turns out to be, to me, sleeping. And therefore, I might forget whatever I'm cooking. and it could cause damage. It could burn like an entire house, and who wants damage in their life? No one. So what I do is, if I'm too tired to cook, I just have to go somewhere and maybe pick some food, or maybe I dial a delivery. It could be Glovo. I could just eat anything. Um, and again, it's at night. I don't really eat much at night to avoid the discomfort I normally feel in my stomach whenever I eat much food. So I just try to avoid food, like a lot of food, as much as possible. The best I can eat at night. And if you also have, if you also experience discomfort in your stomach, I could advise you eat light. Like, you could find me at night eating cereals, or as well, you could find me at night just having simple rice and simple stew. I try as much as possible to avoid meat, because once I take meat, it doesn't digest that fast, and so I just wake up in the morning and I'm feeling some discomfort in my stomach. It's like the food is still in my stomach. I really hate that feeling. And so, what I normally do is just try and avoid eating much food. I could as well have a sandwich, and I could even like have some cookies, or like a piece of cake and some tea. I like me some tea, so I could just take some tea, and then that's it for me at night. But you know what? During the day, especially in the morning hours, you see, like, since I didn't like I normally do not eat much food at night, and I spend, like, you see, like, that's a whole like 8 hours of sleep. No eating, just sleeping, resting your body. Also, those hours are so many. So, like, obviously, I'll end up waking up hungry, and it's the best feeling ever. Like, waking up feeling hungry, you're just craving for food, like whatever you want. And so, I have to make sure I wake up early and prepare food. If I didn't have any leftovers, when I prepare food, I make sure I eat before leaving my house, and I also have to carry more food to work. And the food I carry to work, I'll obviously warm it, but I'll eat it as soon as I get to work. Yeah, because I'm so hungry. Yeah, when I get to work, obviously I'll eat the food. And so the other portion, I'll eat it around noon. And so, like, my eating pattern is quite simple. And again, I also have to make sure that by 4 p.m. I've eaten something else. So I would say I eat a lot of food, but in small portions. But when I'm going to sleep at night, I like to avoid as much food as possible. I would actually survive on just sandwiches at night. Yeah. I like to spread my meals that way, because when I'm fasting, it helps me a lot. Like, I don't have to struggle, you know. If I say I'm missing a meal, or if I say I'll only eat at night, it really isn't a big deal for me, because like, I don't eat like big portions of food, and and so that really helps me. I don't know what your eating patterns are, but maybe we can always share, of course. Just tell me how you feel about eating a big portion of food. Like, I know it's not supposed to be funny. I just wish I was dreaming as I'm sleeping. But the thing is, this time, okay, I avoid as much as possible visiting people at night. Or if I have to, I'll have to like maybe probably come with my own food so we can eat it. And that is something that will not cause discomfort in my stomach. So as you guys are serving, I don't know what, I'll eat my small portion. So there's this time I was invited somewhere and this guys made ugali. I can tell you guys, if I decide to eat ugali at any point in my life, I'm telling you, I will wake up with the worst stomachache. I'll even okay. If you've ever experienced hunger pangs, that's what I'm referring to, and therefore, it's pain. Like my stomach will definitely be in so much pain, and I can actually like still feel the food in my stomach. So what do I do? To avoid such, I just have to like stick to a simple meal. Yeah. So there's also this idea of when you fall asleep, what really happens. Uh, some say like there's a guardian angel who comes to check on you once in a while. Well, my guardian angel. If I have let me say maybe if I have a guardian angel, of course I believe in the Holy Spirit, and when I have a guardian angel around me, obviously I would want to feel. Do I say he or she? I would love to feel the guardian angel's presence. And of course, I would want my guardian angel to just give me a peck, just kiss me slightly, and tell me, you know what, you'll be okay, I'll protect you. Yeah, because I've never, I've never really like seen myself fall asleep. And sleeping, I'm just sleeping like a baby, you know? I don't even know what to say. Like I decided to make this movie because like okay, I have some projects coming up, and so I thought, why not? I mean, has it I'll have to give you a short story. Has any of you ever watched is it Bengali Wife? It's I watched that movie on YouTube in the year 2020, and I don't know. I found it dumb, although it's not dumb, but the movie is about an I think an Asian lady. I think she's Indian. Yeah, and a guy from I can't really remember very well because I watch a lot of stuff. I would say the guy was from States, and these two fell in love, but they've never met, and so they kept their love going, and they used to communicate via letters. Like she sends letters to the man, and the man also sends letters to her. And so I remember they also got married without knowing each other. Like this is another continent, Asia, and the dude is also in a different continent. The dude was in America, so it was quite funny. Okay, it wasn't really funny, but uh, I don't know how to say. Is it funny or dumb? Yeah, but it's actually sort of one of my best movies. So the Bengali wife, okay, she wasn't so well off. I'm not quite sure about the American dude. He was white, I remember. But the movie is all about the movie is about love, and these two people, they love each other, although they're in different countries. Like they communicate by sending letters, not even email. Say, so what happened is that the Bengali wife and this guy, they got married. They did, and it was so real to them. I actually admire such kind of love. It was so real to them. Like the Bengali wife was so happy, and the dude, the husband was as well very happy, and their love continued. They had never met. None, no one had ever met the other. And so, what happened is that the Bengali wife, I guess, she fell sick, and I think eventually she died. And so when she died, what happened is that she died. Okay, she died before she could meet the love of her life. And I'm telling you guys, this is a fact. Um, so you see, there's genuine love out there. You just have to meet someone who shows you like real love, like that love that people in the 60s, 70s, during the First World War, Second World War, the kind of love that existed before internet and everything else, before. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, at that time, I remember I was actually coughing. I don't know what was choking me, but I couldn't cough with my eyes closed, and so I had to wake up, not to wake up, but to open my eyes so I could cough. Yeah, so that's me there, still sleeping. Look at my nose, I'm still breathing. And so, whatever it is that made me cough was actually choking me, because as you can see, in my right side ear, I'm shedding some tears. And so I remember that choked me. I don't know what it was. Yeah. But the thing is, well, real love exists out here. So what happened to the Bengali wife is that she developed some illness. I can't remember, some disease. I don't know what it was, but she was very weakly, and eventually she died. And so the hubby was making arrangements to come and meet his wife. And guess what? He came back. Yeah, he came to this Bengali wife's home, only to find out that she had died. I watched that movie. Well, at first I thought it was dumb, but okay, you see, from their point of view, like their love was real, but from my perspective as an individual who was only watching a movie, I found it dumb. But I'm happy they were in love. Yeah. So now, what else can I talk about? That is one movie I've watched. I really am not a fan of movies. I'm not really a fan of movies. I'm more of a series type of person. And I love comedy. I really do. Like, I could just sit and watch comedy. Like, there are comedy series I've watched like more than 5 times, and I still find them as interesting. Every time I watch them, I just find them interesting. Oh, so at this point when I was sleeping, tears were still flowing. Yeah, I don't know what choked me. But the thing is, well, if you like watching sitcoms, well, series mainly, I could recommend Farm. Farm is one of my favorite series. Okay, the thing is, in the year 2019, a friend of mine, and I thank God for him, he introduced me to Friends. Friends is a series, it's a sitcom. It's like the debut of like Friends premiere in the 90s, I guess. Yeah, I guess 1994, 1992, I'm not quite sure. but he introduced me to Friends. And I tell you guys, I've watched Friends season 1 to 10 like 5 times ever since. Every time it's like watching a new episode every time I watch it. Well, my favorite character in Friends is at first my favorite character was Chandler. He still is. And then there's this guy, his name is the one who works at Central Park. He has blonde hair. Is that blonde or white? Yeah, yeah. His name is Gunther. He's really that guy is really, really funny. You know. Yeah, so I like him. Oh yeah, and by the way, he recently passed away, so rest in peace, Gunther, wherever you are. And so that is Friends. My favorite actor character was Chandler. He still is, but he doesn't go on until he falls in love, and I no longer find him funny. Like he was my dude when he wasn't in love with Monica. Like Chandler was that guy together with Joey. Joey being funny is actually on another level, but there came a time when yeah, okay, for someone else it's quite funny, but especially when he tries to follow his dream of being an actor, like even getting like a lead role, and he misses it, it's not funny anymore, but people still laugh about it because yeah, because they're used to Joey. Joey is funny. Joey is all about jokes. Joey is never really serious. Joey is the guy who thinks women have Adam apples. So, like, he's that guy. So, and so I remember every time I watch an episode of Friends, I always find something new to laugh about. And this guy is just on another level. So that is Friends. You can always watch Friends, and I've also watched Farm. Farm is very funny, especially Shannon's dad. That guy is just he's funny. First of all, he's arrogant, and he's also a policeman. He's very arrogant and very ignorant at that, such that he forgets that his daughter is actually now a grown up and she's 16, and the daughter actually doesn't even go to school anymore, and the dad is still okay with it because he still thinks it's Christmas break or something. I really can't remember what that was all about, but I could watch Farm every single day. um I would also recommend you watch The Neighborhood. You all remember the lady from what is it called? Two Broke Girls. Yeah, her name. Okay, I didn't quite get her name, but she's also in Neighborhood. So The Neighborhood is really funny. It's about two families. These are living together, but in in a in a neighborhood that's mostly full of blacks, but these two white uh, people who are a couple, they move into the neighborhood and they settled there, and now they're like trying to relate and understand black people, and it's really, really funny. Like, you have to watch it, you know. Yeah, so that's The Neighborhood for you. Actually, right now I'm watching The Neighborhood season 4. Yes. So, what other sitcom do I know? I've also watched The Corners. The Corners are crazy. You just have to watch that. And have you tried watching Life in Pieces? Isn't that one of the funniest sitcoms we have? I've watched Life in Pieces so many times, and I don't know. The reason I really like watching sitcoms is because the episodes are short. Like, I could come home from work and watch like 4 episodes, because each episode is like 20 minutes long, you know. And also something else, another series you should try and watch is I Am Not Okay With This. And there's that one, and there's also another one called The End of the Fucking World. And Sex Education as well is funny. Epi Bio, like I really think there's this I think it's some sort of a spin-off of Friends. It's called Joey. Now, since everyone almost liked the character of Joey, and so they had to like do a show, like a series about Joey and he's being funny. Apart from him chasing his dream of being the best actor, Joey also likes women, and he happens to be very promiscuous at that. And by the time Friends is coming to an end, Joey was trying to fall for, not that he was trying to fall for, but he was falling for Rachel. But then, as you all know, Rachel belongs to Ross. I mean, like from the first episode you watch it, you definitely know Ross and Rachel are like meant to be together, and it doesn't really matter like who comes in between them. They are Ross and Rachel. No one can separate them. And another thing, did it all like come to as a surprise when Chandler and Monica were hooking up? To me, it was a very big surprise. Oh, I'm really sorry. There's background noise, and I'm sorry about that, guys. So, watching me fall asleep is a movie I would recommend to anyone, especially if you're looking forward to going to sleep. I mean, watching someone go to sleep is quite boring, but it will make you fall asleep. I mean, I can't imagine like I'm doing this voiceover on like I I made this video today like this and I'm normally more of an indoors person. I can say I'm more of an indoors person, but I'm not so introverted. But the thing is, I could stay in the entire house. Okay, I really know. I guess I'm stuck somewhere. Am I an ambivert? I guess so. Let's call it that. But if I was like work from home, that would be the best decision for me. Like I could stay in the house for like an entire week or two and still be okay with it. Like I wouldn't feel like I'm missing out on anything. And another thing, because you see, at the end of the day, um, what what am I going to like do out there if I can achieve my goals while still in the house? Why go out there, you know? But the thing is, introverted people, what normally happens is that since you're not really used to like hanging out with people, you just end up like feeling you're a victim everywhere. You could like you don't even like people at all. Not that you don't want them to talk to you or anything. It's just that you're so used to being alone and you enjoy your company so much. And guys, let me tell you, the moment you start enjoying your company, that is very dangerous because you might not even ever leave the house. And so I think the only reason I leave the house is because I have to look for money. If not, I would stay in my house and never probably meet anyone out there. Maybe I wouldn't even know about COVID. You know, funny enough, I can't remember the last time I watched TV, because like okay guys, I'm so sorry about the noise, the background noise. The last time I watched news, the last time I watched TV was in the year 2018. Yes, that's the last time I watched TV, and that's because every time you watch the news, as in it's okay. And one fun fact, everyone, like, I always watch TV because of the news, but then the moment I watched the news, I would get so depressed because you see, like, the news make the stories making headlines are very sad, and so I had to stop watching the news. And so, but at least I know one or two things happening out there, and maybe probably if I probably wouldn't even know anything about COVID. Yeah. And so, guys, I'm trying to speak. Okay, like I'm trying to talk for the next. I have like 20 minutes to go. This is the 36th minute, and I have like 20 minutes to go because this video is 56 minutes long. So what else can I talk about today? Like I'm just trying to have I'm just trying to keep whoever is watching me motivated, or maybe I'm trying to make you fall asleep. So what else can I talk about? Guys, you just have to be very patient with me. Yes, and I have another sitcom I can recommend to you guys. Have you ever watched The Exes? Yeah, if you haven't, please do. Although it's not one of the latest series, but it's really funny. So The Exes is about these three men who divorce one. Okay, well, sorry about that. About three men. They all get divorced, like their wives took everything, and now two of these men are forced to pay alimony. Alimony is money you pay to your spouse after divorce for some reason. I don't know what. And so the divorce lawyer, like takes them in, and now they live in her old apartment. So one thing about the lawyer is that she was engaged and ready to get married, but during her bachelorette party, what did I just say? Bachelorette. It should be bachelorette party. She found her fiance cheating in the apartment that they had bought, and therefore I think that's the reason she like buys another apartment. I mean, like, yeah. And so so the three men are brought into this house, but of course in different times. One is a one is a dentist who also likes to cook, but the other two tend to feel like he's not really a man, and he behaves more of a gay man. And so what normally happens is that this guy is now live together, the three of them, and yeah, it's quite funny. So like they become friends. So this lawyer has an assistant, and so the five of them tend to become friends. And so it's just full of drama. Like they try to like get out and date. They also try to look for jobs. Well, it doesn't really work for like some time, but they finally settle. And again, they're living in their divorce lawyer's apartment, although not rent free, but not all that much. They're not. They're the divorce lawyer had bought the apartment, and therefore it's not all that expensive for them, and so they just move in. Oh, look at me! I'm still sleeping and breathing. So they all move in and they focus on their different career. Oh, what did I say? Careers? Careers. They focus on their own careers. Well, one focuses on being a dentist. Uh, the other one, he's black, focuses on being a sports agent. Well, the other one, who is my favorite, he's I really do not know what he does online, but he's mainly focused on. Okay, there was this time he was selling vuvuzelas. No, it's quite a funny sitcom. Like you should watch it if you haven't watched it. He was selling vuvuzelas at one point, and another. Can I really remember what he was selling? But the thing is, this guy is all about the online business. He's all about like selling stuff online. And then there's this time, I think someone sold him a casket. To date, I still can't quite. I don't know. I didn't even know what to say about that specific episode. And so that is the exes. You should really try and watch it. And also, one thing you should note is that the divorce lawyer cancelled her marriage, but she's decided to like go out there and meet men, and she's really trying to like hook up with someone. And actually at one point she even decides that she's tired, like she's a boss lawyer, like she's a catch. And so she decides that, you know what, none of these men seem to like, not even like, seem to like match up to my standards. She even actually at one point down dates, like she dates someone who's beneath her, so she not even, yeah, not like really dating, but just making out. She decides to like have someone who she thinks is not of the same caliber with her, and therefore like afterwards she won't have any feelings for him, like she won't get hurt if the guy doesn't like commit to her. And so you see, like she's also struggling with relationships. And so what normally happens, her name is Holly. So what normally happens is that at one point she decides, you know what, none of these men match up to my standards, so what will I do? I'll marry myself. So she doesn't tell her mom, because the mom doesn't really like appreciate her, or she doesn't like appreciate the fact that she's a lawyer. Yes, she appreciates that fact, but the fact that she's not married is what doesn't please her. So she doesn't tell her about plans of getting married to herself, but later on she comes clean, and the mom, as in this is like a decision you cannot tell someone not to do. If someone decides like marry themselves, let them do so, because maybe they've looked out here and there's no one fit for them. So why not marry yourself, you know? But and so she like gets married to herself. Okay, like the wedding is arranged, everything is in order, like the ceremony is there, like people have come to the chapel, people are ready to like see yourself getting married. And so when she's walking down the aisle, she gets so emotional, and she just gets emotional. God, did you say emotional? No way. Yeah, like she gets emotional, and I don't know. I mean, imagine yourself being such a hopeless lover, or imagine yourself not finding someone when you're in your 40s. Like, you had someone that you wanted to get married to, and then you found out that the person was cheating during your bachelorette party. So, what do you do? Like, you just hopelessly decide to marry yourself. Yes, in that moment of convincing yourself that you're good enough, in that moment of telling yourself, you know what, you can do this on your own, like you can get married to yourself if no one wants to get married to you. Imagine just walking down the aisle and you're just meeting, like you're going to the aisle, like who will you like tie the knot with. And it's such an emotional episode, but you know what, you just have to follow your heart. At the end of the day, you don't really need to like live your life for anyone. All this time, if you've been living your life to like please someone, I'm sorry, but one of the ways, uh, one of the ways, or one of the steps to becoming a failure is actually trying to please someone. And so, you know, okay, Holly's character sort of teaches each one of us like you should do whatever you do for yourself. Make yourself happy. Like if nothing is happening for you, just step out there boldly, work hard, and everything will just fall into place. You see, like the right people will always find you. But what happens if you're that hardworking woman, that person who is a go-getter, that person who men are like scared to even approach? Don't change who you are, or don't lower your standards to fit in someone's class. Like, don't lower anything so as to be with someone, because the moment you lower yourself to date someone, this person will definitely take advantage of the fact that you lowered yourself. And so there's potential that you can lower yourself even more and do what you can't even imagine you could do. Like, so not lower your standards. So Holly's is it Holly? It's Hollly. Holly's character. What did I just say? Color. Oh God, I meant to say character. It's one of my favorites. Let's see. There's also another sitcom I like. It's called Package Deal. Like packaging. Oh my God, I can really hate the noise. Package Deal. Like that's another system. It's about three brothers who have no boundaries at all. Well, one of them is called Danny, and he falls in love with this lady who owns a tea shop. And I remember one of the brothers can't understand how this lady owns a tea shop and she cannot serve coffee, you know. But you see, the thing is, it's a tea shop, like it simply sells tea. So it's quite funny. And so when Danny finally falls in love with this girl, she's called Kim. I really like this sitcom. She falls in love with Kim, and so the brothers are very, very not comfortable with him dating Kim, because they actually like have a list. They list down the pros and cons of Kim, and so um, they just try to convince Danny that Kim is not the right fit for him. However, Danny has already fallen for Kim, and he feels that like she's the best woman and she's the right woman for him. Oh wow, guys, can you see, like, this is the 49th minute and I'm still sleeping in the same position. nothing has changed. Wow, I mean, like, if you would ever like want to see yourself sleeping, if you would ever want to know exactly what happens when you fall asleep, just film yourself sleeping. Um, one day I'll do a whole night live video of me sleeping. So for this one, I'll have to have my camera um above my bed. Um, and so I'll want to like watch myself sleep, and I'll obviously have like the light on, so y'all can see what happens at night when you fall asleep. So, and it will actually, I'll have to like do it. I'll have to do like will it be live? Yeah, I can have it live. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do like a live video, and so yeah. So let's continue. So Danny falls in love. The brothers aren't happy. I want you to keep in mind they have no boundaries, and so when Kim comes into Danny's life, obviously some things have to change. Like they can't be at his house every single time. They can't do that. They can't do that, and so that's more like it. It's like the series is rotates around the three brothers and Kim, who's the girlfriend, and Kim hires a lady to like assist her at the tea shop, and oh my gosh, she's crazy, she's funny. So there's this, his name is, okay, Kim, I mean Danny's elder brother actually sacrificed his dream of being a rock and roll artist so he could take Danny to school because their parents. Oh, look at Princess. She just woke up. Hi, baby. Oh, so, okay, I woke up and then I stretched a bit and then looked around a little and then what did I do? I turned. Yeah, see? Yeah, so I turned to face like the other side. Yay! And so at this point, I was actually still asleep. But the thing is, I cut short the video of um of me falling asleep while facing the other side, because there's really not much happening. Like I can't see anything. Like the only thing you can see is just hair. Yeah. So guys, I hope you too love sitcoms. There's this what is it called? Okay, I've watched. Okay, who hasn't watched Blackish? If you love sitcom, obviously watched Blackish. Um, what else can I recommend you to watch? Uh-huh. Oh my god, I almost forgot. There's this sitcom. It's no, this one is an actual comedy series. It's called Haters Back Off. Haters Haters Back Off is about this lady. She's, I could say she's more of a psychopath. Yeah, she is. The lady thinks that she's so talented, like she can sing, she can do anything, like she wears her makeup so badly, but she tends to think that it's okay, as in it's about, yeah, she's really, really motivated to like sing, she's motivated to be the best, but you see, at the end of the day, like she's doing everything wrong. And so the last I watched the first season. I'm telling you guys, this is a series you can watch, and when I watched the series, I actually got so mad. Like you literally get mad at that lady because she doesn't accept any help, you know. And so I remember I watched the first season, And by the time the first season was ending, actually she thinks she's better than everyone else, and she doesn't accept any help from anyone. When I finished watching the first season, like the last episode, she 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 had only made enemies even out of her own friends. Because you see, like, she puts everyone down, like she despises people. She doesn't think anyone can tell her anything. She's always right. Her parents are always supporting her, and therefore her psychopath behavior. I think she's also she could be a sycophant as well. But let's see what happens in season two. I haven't watched the second season, and so I'm not really in the best position to like tell you guys what happens. Oh my god, my voice is becoming hoarse. So I'm in the 55th minute. Yay! And guess who's turning? So at this time, I was yawning. I was waking up. I was yawning. Yeah. And